Enliven Housing is a specialist disability accommodation provider based in New South Wales. We have apartments in New South Wales, Victoria, South Australia, the ACT and soon Perth. We provide apartment-based accommodation. Our housing model supports high physical support, fully accessible and improved livability funding. Improved livability is housing with better physical access that also has more features for people with sensory, intellectual or cognitive impairments. For example, walls and floors that are very easy to see, living areas that mean your support worker can easily see you, or there are very few steps in your home. Enliven's improved livability accommodation is about providing a modern and contemporary housing arrangement that include a new take on building design and support models. We know that purpose-built housing facilitates the growth of innovative and contemporary models of support. Improved livability properties are replacing the old group homes of the past. The IL design features address some of the most common complaints about the old group home model in terms of the build, the design and the support arrangements. The traditional group home was 3 people or more sharing a standard home with a big room for mum and dad and 2 smaller rooms for the kids. This was not equal space for everyone, and often the master bedroom and ensuite ended up in the hands of the staff member. There are very little physical differences in an improved livability design property versus any modern housing apartment or shared house. The first features you will notice in our apartment is at the entrance to the building. It is highly accessible. The design standard requires safe, continuous, step-free access from entry to the building right through to the entry doorway of the apartment. It also requires us to have a functioning lift that provides access from the car park to the unit level. You can see in the video the wider doorways. The minimum door openings are 820mm. This means that you can actually walk through with a walker or other mobility aid. Once inside the apartment, you can see from the floor plan, the bedrooms are built to a minimum size of 3.1 metres by 3.1 metres. So when we refer back to the old group home model, people did not necessarily have built-in wardrobes and very often did not even have room for a wardrobe, and the bedrooms were definitely not big enough for a double bed or a queen size bed. The best that many people could expect was a single bed in a very small room. The NDIS in creating rooms that are equal in size means that all people who are sharing a house have equal amenity. They all have the same size bedroom. The kitchen needs to have the following minimum fixtures: a fixed cooktop with a range hood, an inbuilt stove, a sink with a tap and a dishwasher. Task lighting needs to be provided above the workspaces. Cupboards need to have D-shaped handles or push-to-release mechanisms provided for both overhead and below bench cupboards. The bathroom must include the following features: a WC, a shower, a hand basin. There needs to be slip resistance on all floors throughout the property, and enough room that you can move around inside the bathroom quite safely. Laundries must be provided with a sink or tub with taps. Enliven Housing installs a washer-dryer combo for accessibility and space. All the light switches are located between 900mm and 1100mm above the floor level and horizontally aligned with the door handle at the entrance to the room. Luminance refers to the colour contrast between 2 surfaces, so all doorways must have a minimum luminous contrast of 30% between the following elements, like the door leaf or the floorboards or the skirting boards. This is so people can see where the wall begins and the floor ends and where the door is. For glass sliding doors that give access to the balconies, you need to have contrasting glazing strips provided for the full width of the glazed areas. Enliven Housing is one of the few organisations that include improved livability apartments in our model. The Enliven Housing model is proof that people can and do get IL funding to live alone in an apartment of their own. Enliven Housing has built an SDA display space at our office in Granville. So please, come along and take a look at what an SDA apartment could look like for you. We are open Monday to Friday 9 to 5. To book a tour, please email hello@enlivenhousing.com.au or call 1300 Enliven.